The sport appeal of a Kawasaki Ninja 1000 goes well beyond a racetrack. The electrifying thrill with superior power, two-up touring capabilities, and advanced rider electronics. A force to be reckoned with on the racetrack and a machine purpose-built for your weekend trips. This is the Kawasaki Ninja 1000 SX.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what you see here is 145 bhp between your legs. That's definitely a lot of pleasure, if I may call it that. Well, this is the 2014 Ninja 1000. We've done about 50,000 kilometers on this motorcycle, and what a fantastic experience it's been. But let me tell you one thing, Kawasaki has not let it there. As and when years passed by, this motorcycle just got even better. This, the 2014 Ninja 1000, is big, bulky and massive. But look at the 2022, the 2023 motorcycle. It's taken a huge leap, and it's one beautiful motorcycle to ride. Tarmac tearing torque and things you can do with that motorcycle, sports touring is the way to go. So let me introduce you to the 2022 version of the Ninja 1000.
Right, so what you see here is a 2014 Kawasaki Ninja 1000, also known as the Z1000. Shares the same engine as the Versys 1000 as well, but comes in a different state of tune. Now you may ask, why are we doing this motorcycle ownership experience with this 2014 bike? Well, this has done about 50,000 kilometers and has been a brilliant experience so far. Now when you compare it with the current ongoing model, there's a lot of changes in terms of the way the bike rides, the way Kawasaki has given a lot of electronics to the motorcycle, and also most importantly the way it looks. The old one looks big, looks massive. Look at the new one, it looks more like a model in the Victoria's Secret magazines, if you know what I mean. But overall, I think it's been a brilliant sports tourer for people who would want to do two-up touring, carry some really good speeds, and you got to be really careful, because I personally call this bike a widowmaker. Yeah. So let's hear it from Mr. Guru, who rides the new version, which is the Ninja 2022 version. Let's hear it from him. He's got a lot to talk about the motorcycle.
Hi, I'm Guru. I've been riding for the past 15 to 17 years, and I've ridden the 200cc segment, 300, 400cc, etc. So I have owned in the past NS 200, Classic 500, and then Domina 400 being my latest bike. And that is when I was planning to upgrade to a 650cc mid-segment kind of motorcycle. So I was considering the Interceptor 650, the Versys 650, as well as the V-Storm 650. Primarily, my usage is point A to point B kind of riding, where I kind of tour long distances. Having ridden earlier multiple times throughout Karnataka, and I've done circuits around Rajasthan, as well as driven and ridden near Sikkim and the northern parts of India. So basically in my radar, I had got the 650cc V-Storm as well as the Kawasaki Versys 650, which is a wonderful tourer. So when I went for the test ride, everything was fine. I liked the ergonomics, the riding triangle was perfect. And then, in the showroom was parked this Ninja 1000. So I just asked the Kawasaki dealership to, give me a test ride for the Ninja 1000. The moment I turned on the engine, the inline four sound, it just floored me. And then when I took the 1000 for a spin, I felt the riding ergonomics. I had a different notion that, sports bikes tend to be very aggressive, but that was not the case with Ninja 1000. It was perfect, the riding ergonomics were perfect. And then, yes, of course, there was a price bump that I had to consider, which was, this comes to 15 lakhs on road, whereas the Versys was close to 9.5, 10 lakhs with accessories. But then I thought once for all, I was going to upgrade, and I signed in for the Ninja 1000. So I've been owning my Kratos, as I've named him, for the past 7 to 8 months, or close to a year actually, and I've clocked about 10,000 kilometers, which is pretty good mileage, I guess, in terms of kilometers. So there are many things that I really love about this bike. One is the ability to do very high cruising speeds. So typically, as I said, I do point A to point B, which are where I cover like over 500, 600, even up to 1,000 kilometers a day. So I'm looking at cruising speeds of at least 130 to 140 on our highways, which this bike can do easily all day long. And talking about the mileage aspect, so if you're doing those speeds and if you're using a premium fuel like XP100, you can expect something like 22 to 23. But if you're doing lower speeds, probably between 90 to 110, you can even expect 25 kilometers per liter. That is kind of very surprising, because my previous bike, which I used to had Domina 400, that used to give me only 28 kilometers per liter. So that way, this is a very economical bike for a super bike. It's not a fuel guzzler, and with the massive 21 liter tank, you can expect a range of easily 400 kilometers upwards, which is like very practical for long distance touring. Talking about the comfort of Ninja 1000, it comes with a host of riding aids, starting with KIBS, which is the intelligent braking system, the KCMF, the corner management function, which assists the rider in twisties, where you can do I've done like speeds of up to 120, 130 even on good twisty roads, and that's how safe the bike feels planted. And then you've got a massive 21 liter tank, which offers you a good mileage as well. Now coming from the front to back, you've got the stock tires, which are the Bridgestone Batlax tires, which offer excellent road grip. And then you've got the adjustable windscreen, which comes with 4 modes. You can start with the most aggressive mode to the touring kind of mode. And then you've got, I think the mirrors are as well very practical. It offers a very nice view. And then coming to the stock seats, initially I was contemplating whether I need to change the seat or not, but I think the stock seats are very good both for the rider and the pillion. Now coming to the riding triangle as well, as I said, I think for someone like me who is 5'7" or 5'8", this bike feels very, very comfortable for doing long distances. So recently I did a complete Karnataka tour, starting from here to Dharmasthala, to Udupi, Karwar, Goa. I think I did all these things within like 48 hours, and I was as fresh as a flower. Especially the segment from Hubballi to Bangalore. It was kind of a holiday, national holiday. So I clocked this entire distance, 350 kilometers, like in under 3 hours, which is excellent. And without, actually, it was not rash driving or something. I was doing very good high speeds. Talking about high speeds, this bike also comes with cruise control, which is not found in any other option, like in the later class segment. So when the cruise control is on, you can get, as I said, very high mileage. You can get up to 25, 26 kmpl even with the right amount of fuel. Now, coming to the foot pegs as well, I think both for the rider and the pillion, the foot pegs are placed at the right position. So I've done even about 20% of my riding with the pillion on the back. So now with the top box as well, it offers excellent support for the pillion, and with this excellent braking, you get the right amount of bite force, especially on the front. The rear brake seems to be satisfactory or adequate, but when you apply both the brakes in tandem, I think it offers excellent grip. So even if you're doing like 200, 220 kilometers per hour, and it's kind of analogous to doing a 110 kilometer on a 500cc segment. So it offers you that much of reaction time to brake, which is very nice. So when I tell friends, like when I do 220 or 230, it sounds scary, but on this bike you don't feel that. So let me quickly take you through a tour of all the accessories that I've got on this bike. To begin with, the windshield, which is from Puke. This offers amazing wind resistance. The stock windshield doesn't do a good job, especially after 140, 150 kilometers per hour, because that comes, I think it's about 3-4 inches lesser than the Puke windshield, and I think it's a bit narrower as well. And then we've got the Evotech radiator guard, which is a must for all superbikes, because when parts are so expensive, you cannot risk damaging your radiator guard. And then you got the frame sliders from Puke as well. The fourth accessory would be the top box. And the most important one, which I forgot to mention, is the RAM mount, because even at 250 kilometers per hour and upwards, if you keep your mobile, it's absolutely stable. So I think all of these, all the accessories I've got from my go-to-go place, which is Bikenbiker, right from my classic 500 days. For over 10-12 years I've been going to, for as long as I can remember, I've been going to Bikenbikers. So that's pretty much about the accessories. And of course, if you want, so I have never had the necessity, even when with 2 up, we have done like 2 nights. I think the V56 box is more than sufficient to pack up all your luggage. In case you need something extra, I always have a Vietera saddle stay, saddle bag handy. So that's about the accessories. So currently Kratos is the only motorcycle that I've got in my garage, and now with the work from home days getting over slowly, companies calling you back to office once or twice in a week, I'm kind of forced to take my Kratos in the city as well. So initially I was thinking, will I be able to manage in the city traffic, especially near KR Puram, Belandur areas, which are notorious for the traffic. But trust me, Kawasaki has done a wonderful job when it comes to heat management. And even the 240 kilos on this bike, you don't feel it, thanks to the center of gravity being so well balanced. It's not top heavy, it's not back heavy. I think it's right perfect. So even for city commute, you could manage. However, one thing to keep in mind is if you need to have deep pockets, because the service can be a bit expensive when it, when you compare with other mid-segment bikes. So currently this bike has gone through 2 services, one at 1000 kilometers and the other at 6000 kilometers, and both my bills have been around 7,500 to 8,000 rupees. Of course, I did change my air filter to BCM air filter, so that costed me another 5-6k extra. But otherwise, I think it's a very manageable bike. So when you look at the number of kilometers to the service cost, even a classic 350 would cost you 3,500 rupees for every 3,000 kilometers, which is like a 1 rupee per kilometer. So that ways, I think this is even cheaper than probably owning something like a Royal Enfield. So I think it's kind of a manageable bike. Lastly, thanks all for watching this video. And more importantly, thanks to Bikenbiker for giving this opportunity and providing me a forum to share my ownership experience with Kratos Ninja 1000. I'm looking forward to clock many more miles. I'm looking forward to do a couple of very long trips, probably the northeast and the north on Ninja 1000 as well. Thanks all.
Right, so there you have it, guys. Under 15 lakhs, I think Kawasaki has pulled off a no-brainer here, especially with the new model with a lot of features and being so comfortable. I mean, just look at both of these motorcycles, right? The old one looks like a 1000cc, but the new one is just, the engine is just hidden so well and everything is so well finished. For me, this looks like a 650, but the minute you twist the throttle, I think you're doing triple digits in no time. So yes, hope this video has helped you guys and purchase one of these motorcycles, maybe one in the future, because buying a 1000cc motorcycle does require a lot of dedication, hard work, and you also have to ride very, very carefully. So thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Ajit. I'll see you guys in the next one.